First Amendment rights that compel us to speak in a different way. Can you provide those for us?
Trans women are women.
California state law, California state law recognizes trans women as women. They are protected under state law.
Sir.
Our policy talks about treating people with respect. And if you are misgendering somebody, that is not respectful. That will not be acceptable.
Okay guys, so for today's video, we're going to be talking about a crazy story coming out of none other than California. And if you're unaware, an article just came out saying California Library silences female athlete's presentation for misgendering people in a hypothetical situation. Now, as you saw at the beginning of the video, that clip of them addressing her in the library, this happened as she was interrupted while doing her presentation that she was actually invited to do. The article goes on to say Sophia Lory, a former college soccer player at Vanguard University, was invited to the local library in Davis, California on Sunday as part of the Forum on Fair and Safe Sports for Girls to share her story about being a collegiate athlete. Now, I'm going to be playing a little bit of that video, but right at the beginning of the video, you see this photo on the screen. And as you can see, it says Forum on Fair and Safe Sports for Girls. The Forum vision: empower and protect girls' sports and female athletes. Defend the original intent of Title IX. Now, in the agenda portion, about 40 minutes in, it states physiological advantage of male athletes, empirical data around speed, strength, endurance, etc. Speaker to be announced. So anybody who came to this forum or presentation, whatever it is, clearly had the pamphlet, clearly could see what was going to be talked about. And it even states, while introducing what she and others would be addressing during the meeting, so as she's gonna probably be breaking down the agenda portion, and before even telling her own story, Lory was accused of misgendering people by someone in the crowd. This led others, many wearing masks and other holding trans and gay pride flags, to interject about how transgender women are women. And here's a clip of that.
At today's meeting, you're going to be hearing about the CIF, or here we have the Forum Vision. So the goal of the meeting is to empower and protect girls' sports and female athletes, defend the original intent of Title IX, and create a powerful network of coaches, parents, and girls' sports supporters. So you guys are going to hear from quite a few amazing people today talking about Title IX, talking about the physiological advantage of male athletes, talking about emotional and psychological impact on girls when men play on their sports teams. So you guys are going to hear from quite a different few people, but before we start, I just want to share a little bit about myself.
Are you going to misgender people throughout the entire
questions are safe for the end. Thank you very much.
You will be asked to leave if you interrupt during the middle of the meeting. Please respect the library rules.
I'm sorry. Are we allowed misgendering?
Questions are safe for the end, and we'll answer any questions then and talk through things then. Thank you.
This is the library. I do not want any transgender females being called males in sporting events with females. If that happens, it's not following our code of conduct, and we will ask the person who says it to leave the meeting.
Now, this continues to go on for quite a while, and there's a back and forth. The librarian's telling her that it's against the California law to misgender people, trans women are women, and they come back saying, we haven't misgendered anybody. We haven't pointed at anybody and called him or her a him. They are simply stating that transgender women are men, and those men participating in female sports is starting to become a problem within girls' sports and female spaces. And after this little back and forth starts happening, apparently there's lawyers in the audience. There's lawyers that are with the presenter. They start going at it, saying, I know the law, you know the law, this is free speech, which in my opinion, I think it is free speech to do a presentation. My whole thing is, why are you coming to a presentation or a forum on this particular topic, if you don't believe what this person is saying is what you believe in, and instead of either getting up and leaving or try to just listen to what they say and then disregard it, you decide to interject, silence them, cancel them. The librarian ended up asking the girl to leave after, again, she was invited to come do this talk, to come have this presentation. Everybody knew that. But because she didn't state that trans women were women, she got called out and said she was misgendering people. And all of this started happening again once she said, current 10-year-old girls cannot live out the same dream as long as men are allowed to compete in women's sports. And this is when the librarian jumped in and said, trans women are women, recognized by a California state law. Now, Sophia decided to try to continue her presentation and simply just start saying biological girls and biological men instead. However, it just snowballed once everybody started chiming in, and here's the rest of the clip so you guys can get what I'm saying.
I was the captain of the varsity team starting my sophomore year through my senior year, and had great experiences and great times during all of that. And at 10 years old, like I said, all I dreamed was about being a college soccer player. A dream I knew I could achieve as long as I worked hard and put my mind to it. And at 18, I was able to live out my dream. But current 10-year-old girls cannot live out the same dream as long as men are allowed to compete in women's sports. So now, no matter how hard girls work,
Can't do that.
biological men can compete in women's sports.
But what you said, you will be absolutely awesome. I will give you one warning on that.
Nobody has to be here.
So no matter how hard biological girls work, they will never be able to be physiologically faster and stronger than biological men that are trying to play in biological female sports. Allowing biological men in women's sports does not create an equal playing field, but instead robs young biological girls of their athletic aspirations. When I played college soccer, my freshman year,
Or we'll shut the entire program down.
Prejudice and hatred is not welcome in Dayton.
please record this because we will be sending this to you. Can you tell why am I being asked to leave?
Because you were talking about, it was misgender, you were talking about men and female
I
sports.
said biological. Here, we have a licensed California attorney right here.
Yes, so
Please
am
listen.
I. So am I. And that's right. You did right about discrimination. I'm a licensed California attorney.
This is not your presentation, ma'am. This is not your presentation, and you are interrupting my First Amendment rights. I appreciate that you are all showing your First Amendment rights. I am a big proponent of First Amendment rights. I love the fact that you have your sign and that you are here today. But we all have First Amendment rights, whether you believe in what I believe or whether I believe in what you believe. But as an American, I am allowed to have my First Amendment rights just like you are. I am allowed to believe what I believe. She continued to interrupt. Why are my First Amendment rights not being abided by at a public library? I should not have to be shouting.
This is a taxpayer-funded facility, and
It doesn't
they
matter.
have to follow
If you
California
want to
law.
rent this room, you can rent this room and you can put on a
In a private
presentation.
home, you can say whatever you want, but in a public taxpayer-funded
You are
facility,
not
you cannot
permitted.
discriminate.
The library rules
I am a lawyer.
do not permit you to interrupt. Have rented the room
Violating it all.
and preserve the space.
Discriminating.
Why are you afraid to listen to what we have to say? Why are you afraid? No, listen, you don't have to agree. I'm not here to convince you of anything. I'm not here to convince. You can go on your way and believe what you want to believe. That's fine and dandy. But again, if you're here, so you're obviously here to listen to us. So listen and you can excoriate us later. Your First Amendment rights are not higher than my First Amendment rights. We all have them. And like I said, I'm excited that you guys are here. I'm excited that you have your signs and your flags. That's the American way, right? To voice your opinion. I'd like to voice mine.
I asked you to leave earlier, so I'm still following through with that. Okay?
Why was this?
And you were misgendering. And we discussed all
You cannot compel
I asked you.
You cannot compel my First Amendment rights. You cannot compel speech or belief. We're not calling this person and saying you're a man or you're a woman. We're not talking about a particular person. We're talking about whether we believe in biology or not.
You're
We believe in
They were
it.
saying males and female sport, okay? If you're a transgender female, a
Sir,
male,
I'm not going to have
You are not
an
creating women.
argument with you.
I asked you to leave. I asked the other person to leave you for the other side. So I will shut the program down if that's what happens.
Based on what?
Someone not listening, someone not leaving when I've asked them to leave.
Figure it out.
Go next. Aaron, why don't you give your talk?
Okay.
Wait, so am I being removed from the meeting?
Yeah, let's make it clear. Wait. Let's make it clear. We want it on the record. So
And I'm being removed from the meeting. I cannot finish what I was going to say. I can't finish my story, and I'm being kicked out of the room in the meeting in the library here in Davis. Correct?
Sir. I want to be clear.
No, it needs to be clear.
I asked you to leave. We can talk about it another day.
Why did you ask to
Why are you asking?
I told you 3 or 4
Please
times.
tell us again. You said it's.
I need to know why I'm being told to
You need
leave.
to leave now.
Can you tell me
You're
why?
being disruptive.
I was a speaker. I was a speaker at this meeting.
You're
So
not following the orders.
I will leave the building if you can tell me why I need to leave the building.
You leave if she does not leave the building, the program is shut down. We're done.
But yeah, at the end of the day, I don't know what's going on with the world. I understand California is very kooky. It's very progressive, but to start saying that you're misgendering somebody who's not even really there, she's talking about a situation, she's talking about future events or events that are currently happening. She's not calling out any individual person. She's not misgendering somebody in the audience. It's just cuckoo. I don't know. But as always, love to hear from you guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks so much.